Good morning, dear students. Myself, Dr. Savita Tidame. I welcome you all in our next lecture of the subject Economic Zoology, Chapter 2, Economic Importance of Insects, topic Household Insects. In previous lecture of this household insects, we have already studied the economic, even morphology, habitat, economic importance of the cockroach, housefly, as well as bedbug. Now, in the present lecture, we'll be studying the economic importance of rest of the insects, that is mosquito and even house cricket, as well as few non-insect household pests will also going to study in a very short manner. Okay, now here is the picture of a mosquito, especially Aedes mosquito, as it has the white and dark band on its body, so it is a Aedes one. Okay, so everybody knows that mosquito belongs to the family Culicidae, as well as it belongs to order Diptera and class Insecta. So I just told you the classification in a reverse way. All right. Phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Diptera, family Culicidae. Alright, so under this family Culicidae, there are near about 110 genera and 2,400 species are there. So the much popular economic important genera are Anopheles, Aedes and Culex. These Anopheles, Aedes and Culex, they are directly related with the public health. So they are economically important to us. How many genera are there? 110 genera, out of which the 3 genera, Anopheles, Culex and Aedes, are economically important to us because they are related directly with the public health, right? They are most abundant during the spring and females are the biting members. Especially females, they used to feed on female mosquito, they used to feed on the blood of human. Okay, so they has got the biting, piercing and sucking type of mouth part, whereas the males, they are not feeding on the human blood, but rather they feeds on the plant juices or nectars, because piercing and sucking type of mouth part is not developed in them. Proboscis is lacking with the lancets, so they cannot pierce into the host skin. Hence, they are adapted to feed on the plant juices or even the nectars of the flowers or nectars of the plants, right? Okay. So, as it belongs to class Insecta, body is very well divisible into head, thorax, and abdomen. Head bears a piercing and sucking type of mouth part, so that is also called as a lancet type of mouth part, right? With the help of which it used to pierce into the host skin and suck blood through the proboscis. Okay, then it has very beautiful big compound eyes, right? Then filiform, it is plumose antennae. They have developed the plumose antennae. Even adult mosquitoes have a slender body, globular head, large compound eyes, elongated dimorphic plumose antennae, and the proboscis of the female is quite effective in piercing as well as sucking apparatus, right? So that is not seen in the male. Such a piercing and sucking device is not seen in the male. Hence, the males, they are adapted to feed on the nectar of the plant, whereas the female, they can suck effectively the blood of the host, right? And the next body part is thorax. Thorax shows distinct 3 segments: pro, meso and metathoracic segment. Now, as it belongs to class Insecta, order Diptera. What is the characteristic feature of order Diptera that we have already studied in the first lecture, means in the previous lecture while we studying economic importance of housefly? Yes, wings, related to wings. It shows presence of a single pair of wing. So in case of a mosquito also, there is a single pair of a wing present on the mesothorax, whereas the second pair of wing, which was supposed to be present on the metathorax, is get modified into a halter, that is a balancing organ. Right here you can see three pairs of legs which are very well developed. Here you can see, count them, right? Very well developed long legs are there. Abdomen is also very well developed, right? Distinctly segmented. Here it is reddish in color. It appears to be reddish in color. Why? Because it is filled with the blood, right? It is taking the blood meal right now. So here you can see the blood is traveling through the proboscis, and here it is collected into the abdomen. Hence the abdomen is red in color. So as this mosquito sucks the blood of a human, while sucking the blood, it used to release the saliva. Before sucking the blood, it used to release the saliva, and the saliva contains anticoagulant, right? So anticoagulant that enter into the human blood, and where the point they used to pierce, as well as that blood means it get anticoagulant get mixed with the blood, and whatever blood is taken inside, it is with the anticoagulant, mixed with the anticoagulant. So the blood do not clot immediately, right? Okay, then the as it is having piercing and sucking type of mouth part, it is one of the ectoparasite of the human. So while biting or while feeding on the human host, it causes a pain. It's a feeding is painful, right? And because of the anticoagulant released into that area, there is some kind of irritation develop into the skin surface, right? So immediately when some mosquito bite you, you will start scratching or start rubbing because of this, right? Okay, now apart from this, what is the economic importance of insect, that is mosquito? Let's see them one by one. So Anopheles mosquito. So Anopheles, there are near about 60 species of Anopheles. How many? 60 species of Anopheles causes malaria in tropical and subtropical regions by simply transmitting the pathogens, that is Plasmodium vivax or Plasmodium falciparum, which are nothing but the protozoan parasites. So they are said to be malarial parasites. So these species of the Anopheles, 60 species of Anopheles, they transmit malarial protozoan parasite from one human to other human, right? As well as inside the body of this insect vector, the malarial parasite, that is plasmodium, complete its life cycle. Sexual life cycle has been completed inside the body of this. So this vector is again important, very essential for completing the life cycle of a malarial parasite, right? So in that way also it is economically important. If no mosquito will be there, just consider if there is no mosquito, then what will happen? Whatever, if this person is infected with the Anopheles or has got the malarial infection, but there is no vector which can continue the life cycle, so ultimately what happened? The parasite will get killed after some time after treatment. But if there is a availability of their secondary host, or you can say this invertebrate host, so the life cycle is going to continue inside it, and sexual development will completed, and the sporozoite will form. That sporozoite will remain into the salivary gland. Ultimately, when this parasite going to feed on when this ectoparasite will going to feed on the blood of a healthy person, it releases saliva, and through the saliva it also releases anticoagulant and sporozoites, plasmodium sporozoites, and these sporozoites later on get entered into the blood, from where it get entry into the human body. So ultimately this parasite or this ectoparasite or the vector is very important, very essential for completing the life cycle of the malarial parasite. If it is not there, life cycle won't be continued. Okay, Then the Culex. So Culex pipens. This Culex pipens is again one of the economically important um, mosquito genus, and it shows again number of species, also species 2, and this is important in transmitting the disease filariasis, that is also called as elephantiasis. And the filariasis is of again two types: Bancroftian filariasis and Brugian filariasis, right? So this elephantiasis, it is also called as elephantiasis. In the humid tropic and Mediterranean region, it transmits the pathogens of the filaria disease, namely Vulcheria bancrofti as well as a Buria malai. Vulcheria bancrofti, it is causing the Bancroftian filariasis, and Brugia malai, it causes the Brugian filariasis. Okay, even this Culex, another species of the Culex, which is called as a Culex tritenio-rhynchus, that also causes a disease encephalitis. Okay, in eastern Siberia to western Asia, including India, by transmitting a virus, flavivirus, that is also called as a Togoviridae. Okay, so this Togoviridae is also again transmitted through the Culex, no doubt. It is also transmitted by the vector Aedes aegypti, but Culex is also noted to be transmitting this Togoviridae. Okay, but that is for yellow fever, and this Aedes is transmitting the virus for the Rift Valley fever. Okay, so Culex transmitting the Togoviridae or Togovirus, that is a flavivirus for encephalitis disease, right? And Aedes aegypti transmitting the Togoviridae, means Togoviridae is a family of viruses, right? Under the family, number of different genera, number of different species are there, one of which is transmitted by the Culex and another one is transmitted by the Aedes aegypti, even Aedes caballans also, right? So Aedes is again third important, economically important genus of the mosquito, and this Aedes aegypti causes yellow fever in humid tropics of Australia, Central and Southern America by transmitting the pathogens. Even yellow fever virus is also being transmitted by this Aedes aegypti, belongs to the family Togoviridae. Then the different means another species of this Aedes, that is Aedes caballus and Aedes circumluterus. So this circumluterus causes a disease Rift Valley fever. So Aedes caballus is also responsible for transmitting the disease Rift Valley. Okay, so this mosquito is one of the important household insect, as it is transmitting number of different types of diseases to human, right? So it is economically important to us. Now let's move ahead and see the another household insect pest, that is house cricket. So everybody have seen the house cricket? Yes. Okay, so this house cricket, as you know that it is obviously dwelling into the open areas, but sometimes if it get opportunity, it can enter in your house and irritate you, act as a pest. Okay, so as it belongs to class Insecta, okay, order Orthoptera. Now this belongs to class Insecta, so body is divisible into head, thorax and abdomen. Three pairs of legs are there, each of which is located on the pro, meso, metathorax. Hind leg is very well developed for the jumping, right? Even the wings are very well developed. The first pair of wing is no doubt located on the mesothorax, but it is elytra. It is called as elytra because it is somewhat hard as compared to the second pair of wing, and the first pair of wing has got again the specific kind of a structure that is called as a stridulating apparatus. By the friction of first pair of wings and second pair of wing, it used to produce a sound that is called as a chirping sound. Okay, then uh, very well developed antennae, some filiform kind of antennae is there, mouth part, mouth parts, biting and chewing type of mouth parts are there also. Even this anal styles are also there, and whatever that is said to be the ovipositor. So this is ultimately a female. Okay, so this house cricket is found to be dwelling into the open places, as well as they also migrate to our houses. So as a pest, they are considered as a pest in the houses as well as building materials. Why? Because they used to feed on the varieties of the fibers as well as the food material as well as a wooden material. Ultimately destroy the food as well as destroy the furnitures, wooden furnitures or wooden doors. Even they used to keep on feeding on crushing, cutting the wood, dried wood even also. Okay, cutting the woods and feeding on it. So ultimately they can destroy the wooden furniture, wooden doors, wooden windows, whatever is there, if they started eating on it. So ultimately, as they causing loss to the um, furniture, that is human property, right? As they are causing damage to human property, so ultimately it is a pest, right? Ultimately it is treated as a pest. Not only this, their presence is also if it is present in the home, it keep on producing a particular kind of a sound that is called as chirping sound. By it is produced by again stridulation of the wings, that is rubbing of the forewing and hind wing together. By this process it produces a specific kind of a sound, that is a chirping sound. And this chirping sound will, if it keep on producing, then it can even disturb the sleep of a person. Even it can break your concentration, and psychologically it makes you what we can say, it makes you disturb, right? So it is also one of the pest, as it is disturbing the human property, disturbing the furniture, wooden things, as well as it is also feeding on the food material, so it is causing it to damage, as well as may be responsible for carrying some kind of a parasite on it, right? As well as by the sound, producing sound, chirping sound, it can also disturb the human life, so it is also treated as a pest. Apart from this, number of other insects are also there which are treated as a pest. Even the ants, you might have seen the red color ants, even black color ants, they are entering in your house, right? For what? For getting the food material. So they are also treated as a pest organism, right? And apart from that, some non-insect pests are also there. Okay, non-insect pests are also there, like lizard, rats, dust mites. All these are said to be the non-insect pest. Why non-insect? Because they are not an insect. And why they treated as a pest? Because somehow they are responsible for causing economic loss, economic damage, right? Say this lizard, what they does? They used to keep on crawling on the walls, right? So when they crawl on the walls, you get scared of them, right? And if this lizard fall down into some food stuff, food material, it causes poisoning, because there are poison glands present in their body, especially in the regions of the tail, right? So this is again one of the pest, and no doubt these wall lizards, they frequently visited to our houses. So we are often always thinking that if a wall lizard is not dropped down into the food or into the water, we just have to cover everything properly, and every time you have to check. So that psychological impact is produced. Psychological impact is there because of the presence of this non-insect pest, especially the wall lizard. And by chance, sometimes if they fall on your body, when they crawl on the body, it is again very different feeling that you cannot forget in your life. Okay, that is a part, different part. Okay, fine. Apart from that, this one, rats. Everybody have seen rats at your home or at your neighbor's home somewhere else. So the rats are they feeding on the stored grains, like wheat is there, pulses are there, even rice is there, whatever stored grains are there, it used to feed on it. This rat used to feed on the stored grain excessively, continuously, simultaneously. What they used to do? They used to release the fecal matter into the stored grains, used to release the urine into the stored grains. So ultimately, the grains are destroyed a lot by this one. Okay, grains are destroyed a lot by the rat, right? Even this rat is also itself acting as a secondary, we can say, itself acting as a host for a number of parasites. Just like we can say, very popular example, that is rat flea. So whatever kind of bacteria or viruses are there inside the body of this rat, through the mediator, that is through the parasite, ectoparasite, rat flea, it from a rat, this parasite or viruses get transmitted to human body. So bubonic plague is also one of the example of this kind of a transmission or this kind of a disease which is produced from the rats, right? Bubonic plague, like that. So the rat itself present in the house, what it used to do? It used to feed on the stored grains. It used to destroy the stored grains, right? And ultimately causes economic loss to the human. Secondly, if it carries some kind of a parasite in its body, so the parasites may get transmitted from this to the human by either through the mediator of the fecal matter or the urine, or maybe the ectoparasite like a rat flea present on its body. So the parasites, bacterial, viral parasites, they get transmitted to human body ultimately and causes diseases in the human. Okay. Then the third is dust mites. No doubt this picture is very, very, very big. But dust mites, they are present in our houses. If the clothes, they are kept for a long time, it also develop inside the clothes, bed sheets like that, or inside the blanket. So we need to clean those things properly, clean those coverings properly with the soap, as well as dry them into the sunlight, open sunlight, so that these dust mites get killed. Right now, these dust mites, as often they are present into the houses, they get migrate to the human body whenever they get the chance and bore into the tissues and enter, as it is a endoparasite, we can say. It is bore into the tissue, or means into the skin, and reside there. So ultimately they used to feed on the cutaneous tissues, subcutaneous tissues, or you can say epidermal tissues, and release their eggs, release their excreta outside. So ultimately that forms a small bubble like structure on the skin, and that is again causing irritation, that is you often want to scratch it. So if such a kind of thing is there, that means you have got the infection of the mite, right? And ultimately this itself causing, this is a skin irritation, scratching of the skin. Even a kind of a psychological impact is also there, that you keep on scratching if you have got such a kind of a infection. Rather, your skin to that area will become very dirty, you can say dried, brittle skin will become, right? So you need to visit to the doctor and get some medicines. Like one popular medicine for this is the sulfated ointments are there, which can be applied to cover the infection, right? So ultimately, along with the insect paste, non-insect paste are also there. Varieties of non-insect paste are also there, which can cause the severe health issue as well as the loss to the human property. So all of them which are dwelling in our houses are said to be economically important to us. Okay. Even apart from this, spiders are also there, which are also dwelling in our houses. So they are also treated as a pest.